we'll vote on the first mechanic and we'll get started. So this is the first-person shooter game from the last stream that we held. And if I just start here. Oh, that's why. Oh, I got pushed out the edge. Oh. Go away. Okay, so this is the game we're going to start building off of to begin with once the vote is done. Pretty simple so far. You've got health, you've got enemies you can shoot off the edge, and some basic physics going on. And that was a health pickup. So pretty good start for like a boomer shooter type situation where you don't have regenerating health or any of that stuff. We just need to fix the movement mechanics, add some new enemies, make things look more interesting. And I think I do have a zoom. There we go. Yeah, control. Control the zoom. If you want this version of the game, folks, it's linked in the description of the last first-person shooter live stream, so you can check that out there. Spiteful meat. Yeah, the GDevelop name randomization for the projects is pretty great. I think I had one that was called Smooth Steel. That was wonderful. Okay, so going into the vote there on Twitter to get started. Okay, so it looks like the first thing to go into is new enemies, because right now we have just the one. I think we'll stick with the same kinds of enemies, but we'll just build off those. Okay. So the way this will work, folks, is during the building phase where I'm building the game, I'm not going to interact with chat, but then when we vote on the next mechanic, I'll come in and have a look to see if there's any questions or any comments or anything, and I'll respond to things then. So if you have any questions, wait for that moment, and when I start the vote, go ahead and tell me. All right, so if the first thing is enemies, let me just double check. Yeah, first thing is going to be enemies. And we should change this to the 3D editor, being a 3D game. It's always magical to see that happen. Okay, so from here, we'll start with new enemies. So we have the enemy type already for the deer. So we'll add a couple more models for that. Oh. We're going to go to the asset store, and I believe it's the 3D Cute Monster Pack. .3D models, there we go. Let's go for the ghost as a flying enemy. We'll add that one in. Awesome. And then we'll add one more as a big tanky enemy. Either the Yeti or the cactus. No, the Yeti or the Cyclops. Probably the Cyclops. All right. Added both of those in. The deer. What behaviors does that have? Just the 3D physics? Yeah. So the deer has the 3D physics, and that's how it's able to move around in the space. So we'll grab that and use the same one, the same settings for the ghost. Paste. The only thing for the ghost will change. Gravity scale of 0. Yeah, I think that'll work. So if we put the ghost into the game scene and then lift it up into the air and then preview the game, we'll get floating ghost. Okay. Awesome. So it does have physics, but it has no gravity scale, so it's just floating. Cool. And then for the Cyclops, we'll do the same thing. We'll paste that behavior again and leave it all the same, except for we want this fellow to be bigger. So it's not using mass override, it's using density. So we should be able to go to properties and just make the default size bigger. And so now when I pull the Cyclops in, it's bigger. And because it's a physics behavior, bigger means heavier. So should be able to go in here and oh, you are floating. Okay. So you're floating. I believe that's because of the behavior. So behavior physics. Let's see. Oh no, I think it's the model actually. I think it might be the model. Origin point, bottom center, z-axis. Origin point, z-axis. How is the deer set up? Object center, model origin. Okay. Model origin, object center. Now let's see. There we go, yeah. Okay, so it's on the ground now. We'll do the same thing for the other one, for the ghost as well. Oop, come here, ghost. Okay. Object center. All right, cool. So now those are floating there, but to make them act the same way as the other enemies, we need to put them in a group. So firstly, bullet obstacle for the Cyclops and the ghost. So now they can be shot. And we need to add a group for enemies. And we'll add the Cyclops, ghost, and deer. All right, cool. So now in the game scene here, or in the event sheet here, in shooting, we have the deer getting shot. So instead of deer, we'll go with enemies. All right. And then enemy movement is here. So instead of deer, we'll go with enemies. There we go. And now when I start the game, it should have, I'm going to move these people out of the way actually. You guys move out of the way over there. So you don't like jump me when I first start the game. There we go, yeah. So now they're all, oh, you fell over. Oh, why aren't you working? Event sheet. Shooting. Enemies. Ah, that's why. We're not applying the force. Or the impulse. There we go. Now you're reacting to it. Not very much, but you can see that is moving though. What about the ghost? Oh, oh, yep. Ghost is working and flying towards me. Oh, all right. So we have enemies in the game scene that react to being shot, and they move towards the player, and they each have a slightly different movement style, whereas this one floats, this one's heavy and slow. We can make the deer a little faster by making it a little smaller, actually. We can do that too. Make the default 32 by 32 by 32. Okay. And how small is that? Is that too small? Oh, there we go. Oh. That's too small. Let's change that to 40. Sure. No, 40, 46. Let's go with that. There we go. Still flies off real fast. And it's gone. Okay, cool. So I think that covers that. We have the enemies in scene. There's 3 of them, and that's a good start. This is personally my favorite way to do enemies, where, especially enemies like the first ones in the game, you have one that's small and fast, one that's big and slow, and then one that is in between but has something else done about it. So like either it's a ranged enemy or it's a flying enemy. So, cool. I will hop back over to chat. Oh, actually, before I do that, I'll start the next vote. So get ready over on Twitter if you'd like to answer the vote. Options are going to be create an arena, enemy attack, improved player movement, or improved player hurt effect. Because right now we are getting hurt, we're losing health, but like it doesn't show really. So post. View. Okay. I'm gonna bring that over. All right, folks. Right there, you can click on the link there in the pin message, and hop over and vote. So I'm going to set a 5-minute timer. So you have 5 minutes to vote, and then when the timer's up, we'll get back to it. Awesome, that's counting down. All right, so I'll check what's in chat. Let's see what we got going here. Glad you can hear me. Avatar. I do kind of like it. It's a little strange. I'll have to tweak it a little bit to get it exactly the way I want, but it's nice. If you have multiple windows open, GDevelop open, you have to log in again. Ah, okay. Well, we'll do that another time. Or I can log in really quickly right now. I'll just change the scene and log in so you can't see my information. And I'm back. Okay, logged in. Cool. Going down the chat again. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Do some AI stuff. We can do some of that. I have to think of what would be a good thing for the AI to tackle. But we'll see what happens with the next vote. You don't have X? You mean Twitter, right? It's called Twitter. Will I ever make a video on my channel? I mean, eventually. Yeah, when I have time. You'd like to get an isometric building game and get some tips. What kind of tips exactly? Because we have a live stream that we did a little while ago with a tower defense game. That could kind of be what you wanted. My timer's not there. Huh. Not sure why the timer's not showing up there. It's showing up on my OBS. If I reset it. Huh. I don't know why it's not showing up. That's unfortunate. Oh! I'm sorry, folks. That's my own bad. I had the stream sent back further than it actually was. It wasn't live. That's weird. Anyhow, okay. It's fixed. We're good. Nothing actually went wrong. Nothing to see here. Okay. In that case, let me see. Timer is there, top right. Okay. Well, glad it works. So 30 seconds, we'll have the vote ended, and we'll go on to the next mechanic. Looks like creating the arena. I'm kind of glad you folks picked that because, well, it's a tight space to work in. I think I'll also get rid of the background while I'm at it because that looks, yeah, it's not great. It's fine for a starter project, but not for what we're doing. All right, timer's up. Back in here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is create the arena, and I'm gonna clean this up and move things around, so bear with me. Like to have some moving elements that can move around, so keep those in there. Let's select the background instance panel. No? What is that called? Skybox. Unlock it. And delete. Okay. Cool. Now, let's obviously make this much bigger. Oh, that's also locked. Let's make this much bigger. I'll just go with 2D view for now to start with. And make it let's go about that big. Sure. Okay. scaling. Whoop. This might look better if it's tiled. Which face is this? Yeah, let's just turn them all to tiled. There we go. And then make it big. Turn on the... Okay, the grid's on already. Okay, so go with that. And then we'll just copy that here. Ooh. Movement. Okay. I'm gonna hide that gun layer because it's kind of distracting. The gun layer is this one. There we go. Okay. So that's in place there. Copy this one again, but make it way smaller. I think the grid is 64 by 64, so we'll see. Height. Make the width that size. And stretch it out. Oh. Oh, keep going. This is the depth of the height. Yeah. Ooh, that's not the same depth. Oh, it is. Why is it? Oh, you're down here. I see. Z up to 0. Yeah. 0, 0. Okay, you're all lined up. Okay. Let's copy that. Oh, no. Let's copy you. Put you over. Oh, no, I messed up. This. Paste. There we go. You connected? Oh, you're over by... There we go. Oh. I undid that by accident. Okay. Cool. Basic arena, and we'll set up some things around the arena to make it a little more interesting. So, firstly, make a big section in the middle here. Oh. You different size? Why are you up like that? Oh. That's why. All right, so got some health pickups here. What we'll do with the health pickups, I don't think maybe they'll be in the scene at all times, but for now, let's just do that. feel like the end game would not have them in the scene at all times. They'd like spawn in or something. Oh, you're floating. Wait, did I change the ground? Oh, I did. I did. Oops. Minus 30. Yeah. And then have you go up to match there. I'll lock that back in place again so I don't click on it by accident. Okay. Cool. Let's see. Some movable blocks and things would be interesting. Otherwise, it's all just static. So this is a pushable block from the starter project. And that'll just get us some things moving around in the scene. Maybe we can have this. Oh. Down. Okay. That and a few boxes here somewhere. Some things that get pushed around by the enemies. Oh, these are bigger than the default grid. Oh, you're clicking to the grid, that's why you're not going down. Let's make these work with the grid. There we go. Almost. Okay. Little jumble here. Oh, no. Okay. Let's move you folks over here somewhere. All right. Oh, that gives us something to start with, at least a place to run around in. And place the enemies down. Let's get some flying enemies in there. And only one big Cyclops. And some deers. Yeah, there we go for now. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Oh, you guys are in the ground. Did I mess that up? You keep tipping over. Oh. Okay. Let's fix those couple of things and then we will I didn't mess you up. Oh, that's why. Okay, let's try that. Okay. Okay, so I can get up here and do that. Awesome. Ah. Okay, great. So that's high enough that I can jump onto it, and that seems fine. Those work, and the enemies are there, so we'll call that an arena. Oh, I moved that back some. Okay. I'm going to just lock a couple things here in place so we don't later mess them up. I am messing everything up while doing that. Lock in place. Yeah. Okay. All right, there we go. So this is locked. Those are locked. Okay. Cool. Stay. All right, folks. We'll stop there for that one and start the next vote. So let me hop over to Twitter really quick. And see what y'all want. So what is the next mechanic you would all like to add to our Boomer Shooter? So this time around, we're going to have decorate the arena, enemy attacks, improved movement, or an improved hurt player effect. And post. All right, folks, the vote is there now. Go over to that link and check it out. It's also now the pinned message in chat. And while that vote's happening, I will check the chat to see what's going on. So right now I'm kind of struggling to make the level itself. This is for your tower defense game or asymmetric building game. I will be honest that the usage of tiled outside of GDevelop is kind of outside of the scope of what we would talk about on this channel. There's probably tutorials out there for tiled, but there's also LDTR, the other editor that you can use in the engine, or you can just use the built-in GDevelop tiled map. But honestly, for a city builder, I feel like each object should probably be its own, or each tile or building should really be its own object, because trying to figure out where each individual building is with the tile map would be difficult. Yeah, so if you're building the objects, make the objects out of... Oh, I didn't start the timer. Sorry. There we go. So yeah, if you're building a city builder, the objects should be objects, and then the tile map, or the area of the city, should be a tile map. So you could use the tile map tool in GDevelop, the built-in one, to build the basic layout, and then maybe decorate it or something with other objects. Hopefully that helps. But yeah, using tiled is kind of outside the scope of what we do. So try looking up tutorials for tiled specifically. That might help. Would you like them to know? Make Mega Man, Mega Man X, Mega Man Zero, all the Mega Man games. If people vote for that later on, we'll definitely do that. Right now, the best way to start that would probably be there's a starter project for platformer shooter, but it doesn't have obviously like the scene transitions, the camera work, and all that stuff. So if people vote for it later, I'll try to make sure to put that in for as one of the things that people can vote for. But yeah, for now, try out that starter project and see how that works out. Does he read the chat though? Yes, I do. I'm not reading it while I'm building. I'm only going to read it during these like breaks for voting. Save this video to watch later. Great, yeah. This one will probably be unlisted in a day or two, and there will be a video with the opening part of it cut out. But this will still be unlisted, so if you save it, you'll still be able to go to this video. I read your comment, Arabic Gamer. I read your comment. Want to make a game like Paper Mario? What do you think? I hit that up as one of the options actually at one point, but people didn't vote for it. There was a really cool example of that in the stage scene jam. Somebody made a 3D world with a 2D sprite object as the extension is called 3D sprite object, and they used that, I think, to make a Paper Mario style game. How to add more frame? What do you mean by that? Making a game on Android. I've used the Android app a couple of times to tweak a few games and things, and I've actually used it to go online and change a few things and then publish a template for my cousins. But I haven't built a full game with it myself. Go to your first comment. Wait, did you say something, Ravik, that I missed? I don't see it anywhere. Sorry, I don't see it there. Okay, we got 20 seconds left. Let me check the Twitter poll. Enemy attacks. All right, awesome. So we'll go with enemy attacks, and I'll go back over here. Oh, actually, I should put the link so people can come join us. In the comments on Twitter. There we go. All right, so enemy attacks it is. Okay, so I figured the deer could just stay the way that they are with a regular walking towards the enemy, and that's it. But we could also try adding a jump. Somebody in the chat asked about AI earlier. See if we could let the AI do a couple things. So let's try to let them do this, and we'll see what they do. So let's go to build mode. And let's see. We want the deer to jump when it gets close to the enemy, to the player. Did we start that last time? I don't believe we did. I think that was an option last time, but it wasn't actually added. No. Okay. So if we go to build mode, ask the AI, make the deer jump when it is within 100 pixels of the player. So that way it kind of has like a jumping at the player attack. Let's see what it does. Implementation, inspecting 3D physics. Yeah. Events in the game scene. Where is it working to? Ah, here. Okay. You can see the pink line next to it that says this was the one that the AI touched. Oh, it added the animation too. Add jump. Yeah. So it gave me some suggestions what to do next, what it could do next. And I think that just one jump's not going to cut it. So what it's going to do now, based on the events that it just added, are the distance of the deer to the player is 100 pixels. It will simulate the jump key. So it'll use the... did it add the behavior to the deer? Simulate jump key. I think it might have added the... Go to the deer. It did, yeah. So it added the physics character 3D behavior to the deer to make it jump. So I'm not sure how that's going to work out. So if I go to preview, where's the 2? Here we go. You gonna jump? You gonna jump? Oh. Oh, okay. All right. So 100 pixels is very short. Let me make that a little wider. So 300 pixels. Try that. Deer. There we go. That's closer. But we wanted you to move faster than this because I think it's slowed down because of the platform behavior. So let's go to the deer. Or actually, we're letting the AI do a thing. So let's let the AI do a thing. Increase the speed of the deer towards the player. If we're going to give it a chance to do something, we should give it a chance to do something rather than take over. Enter the scene. Okay, so it's in here changing the events. I'm going to assume it's the enemy movement behavior it's changing. Or enemy movement event. Oh. Oh, okay. It thinks that we wanted the deer to jump to, like, when it's within a certain range of the player, to speed up and jump. I mean, we could do that too. Oh, it's still doing something. Okay, it adjusted the properties of 3D physics behavior. Okay, so let's firstly change this to 300 so it matches the other one. And let's see what it does. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it ran towards me. It didn't jump though. Why didn't you jump? Oh, because we're not selecting per enemy, I think. I think that's why. Let's take this to here. There we go. Per enemy. Yeah, let's try that. No, share. Preview. Let's see. Come here, you. Oh, there we go. Oh, geez. On my face. It's on my face. Okay. It's too fast. Slow the deer down. Okay. That's too fast. So it holds the forward key button. I see. I see. So it's adding this to this, which is a little weird, but maybe we'll change that. Nope, those are all good. Let's see. It probably slowed down the behavior. There we, yeah, that's better. That's, oh, well, it's still real fast. Oh. Okay. I mean, that's an attack, but, make the deer pause or stop going forward, stop moving forward when after jumping, when colliding with the player. Yeah. So after it collides with the player, it'll stop jumping. Let's see what that does. Because we're getting close to what I would like for the enemy to actually do, right? To like jump at the player. Because that's a pretty effective attack, as you can just see. Oh, let's see. Added a new event to the game. Seen this event checks the collision player. Collision detected enemies. Deer current forward. Speed to 0. Okay. Where's that to? Okay, so here's the pink. Player is in collision with deer. Damage the player. Yeah, so in here, in the event where we lose health, change the current forward speed of deer to 0. I mean, that works. So we need to make it so that the I'll do this manually. So let's see, because we want this to reset. Let's just use the wait action. Change the speed to, what is it right now? Let's see. So the speed of the physics 3D, physics character 3D, forward acceleration, max speed forward 600. That's what we're editing, right? Current forward speed. Oh. Let's change the maximum speed. So max, no, forward max speed. There we go. Let's use that instead. Change forward max speed to 600. Okay, see if that works for the enemy. Come here. So you jump at me. Okay. And then you, oh, he stopped. You did not. Okay, you did not. Okay, so that's because, okay, I see. That's because we're not doing it here. So, I guess we'll have to add that here as well. So for every enemy, players in collision with enemy, okay. Enemy forward speed the deer. Okay, so what we're doing is if the enemy is in collision with the player, if it's the deer, hold on, sub event, move these down here. Okay. Number of objects currently picked. Deer equals 1. Okay, so if the enemy that collects the player is a deer, it'll do that thing to the deer. I think that should work out. Oh, not full screen. All right, come here. Come here, deer. Jump. Oh no, you guys are still coming full force. Jump. Huh. Ah. Huh. Greater than 1? Max speed. Forward max speed set to that. Jump. Yeah, you're setting it straight back again. Huh. Okay, well, in that case, I think we're just gonna have to skip this solution and say goodbye to all this. Players in collision with enemy. Let's bring this back down here. That's unfortunate. Okay, that. All right, so what we're gonna do instead. Okay. We go to the enemies group. Variable. Is that the best way to do this? No, it's not. Sorry. Okay, so the best way to do this is actually by going to the deer's animations, or the easiest way to do this. Deer's animations, go down here to idle, change jump to attack, make run the default animation. Why won't you move? Hello? Okay. Run up here. Run, attack, death, run, attack, okay, that should be good there. All right, so the default for the deer is now run, and then attack is the next one. So what we'll do instead of all this is, when the deer is in distance from the player, for the jump, we'll set its animation to animation by name of the deer, set to attack. Okay. Let's make another little group here. Enemy attack. Alrighty. So now when the enemy's here, we'll set it to attack. And then jump forward. So yeah, when the deer animation is set to attack, we'll jump forward and we'll make them go, yeah, do this. Okay. So when it gets in distance from the player, change animation to attack. Deer's animation is equal to attack. We'll simulate the jump and forward key pressed. The jump. Actually, honestly, this is not great there. Take that out. Animation deer equal attack will jump. Okay. So the deer needs to be lightened up is what the problem is for the jumping. Try that. Change the bring the density down. So now enemies attack, jump, and then let's see. Deer animation finished. So when it's set to attack, it jumps. Animation is finished for attack. We'll set the animation back to idle. And then while it's idle, okay. And when it's idle, we'll change the animation to, actually when the animation ends, animation finishes, we'll change it back to run. Okay, so distance player, attack, attack, jump, animation finishes, set to idle, idle, when the animation finishes, change it back to run. So that'll be a loop for the deer to do. Let's make sure the deer's idle animation doesn't loop infinitely. Idle, okay. Not looping. Run is looping and attack is not looping. Okay. So now, let's see. All right, you're coming over here, you're coming over here. Jump. Okay. Cool, that worked properly. What we need to do is movement. When the enemy's animation, the enemy is equal to run. Animation is equal to run. Move the enemy towards the player. Okay, let's try that. So you should stop moving after he jumps. Yeah, and then start moving after the, well, okay, you're still in range of me. There we go. All right, cool, perfect. So wait, and then come towards me again. All right, perfect. Cool. So that works out great. We just need to make them jump further and longer. We'll add this force here and make it faster. Let's see what that does. Oop. Did it work? Oh, you're jumping. You're jumping. Oop. Yeah, okay. All right, you're still not jumping fast enough, though. Let's go 5. No, real fast. Make it real fast. 600. Ooh, okay, yep, that works. That's that's definitely fast enough. Let's slow it down a little bit. Just one more tweak. And if he's standing there, oh, okay, come here. Okay, gonna jump again. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so they do jump and they jump again. So that one's done and set. Perfect. So we need to do the same thing, a similar thing for the Cyclops. So we could make a group, add it, jumping enemies, Cyclops, and the deer. Okay. So these are jumping enemies, so the same idea as the enemies group, but these ones are specifically jumping enemies. So we can do this here when the jumping enemies are distance from the player. Set the jumping enemies to attack. This could just be enemies. No, this is jumping enemies. Jumping enemies equal to attack. Move the jumping enemies towards the player. Simulate jumping for the, oh, okay. They don't have the same behavior, so I need to copy that over. Cyclops. Oh no. Deer. This one. Copy. Cyclops. Paste. Okay, so now we have the physics behavior here for them as well. Physics character 3D for them as well. So now both of them will have the same, both of them have the same behavior, so they can both use the same action. Okay, jumping, 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 jumping. We'll make this one just enemies. Okay, so if any enemy is set to idle and the animation finishes, then they'll move towards the player again. Let's check the Cyclops to make sure that its animations are properly set up. So idle is not a loop, run is a loop, run is the default, and okay. So we should get the same reaction from the Cyclops and the, here we go. So you should jump. Jump? No? Not gonna jump? No? No? Why aren't you jumping? Did that break something? Are you jumping? You're jumping. You're jumping. I bet you're too heavy. I bet the Cyclops is too heavy now. Because we made the Cyclops really heavy before. So let's change its density down to 0.5 as well. Like the deer. So it's still bigger, but it's gonna be lighter now. No. Behavior. Gravity of 500. Weaken the gravity on the physics character behavior to make it jump higher. Let's find jump height 600. Let's see if that worked. Come on. Come on. Jump. Jump. No, you're not jumping. You're not jumping at all. Jumping enemies. Jumping. Attack. Oh, you don't have a... Okay. I see the issue here. So the deer has its jump changed to attack. Yeah. So the animation name is not the same for both objects. So jump, set that to attack. So now they're both called attack. So they'll both work hopefully the same. Come on. Jump. There we go. Yeah. Oh, dear. That's a big jump. Okay. Let's tweak that down a little bit, and then we're getting close to the end of the stream, unfortunately. Didn't get as far as we wanted to, but we'll get this one fixed up, and that'll be 2 enemies in the game that can attack. Ooh. And he'll pause and walk towards me. Yeah, there we go. Oop. And that one doesn't move at all when you shoot it. Oh. Neither does the deer, so unfortunately I have to fix that next time. But for now we have a loop there going. We have the ghosts who are chilling up there. And we can still shoot and kill. So that's good. Oh, off that one goes. Okay. I'm going to save that there, folks. And unfortunately, I can't keep going there because we've run out of time. But I'm going to check the chat really quick, and we'll close out the stream. So let me check what's on the chat. Oh dear. HelperWesley and GDevelop crew do video tutorials on platform shooters like they did for Zelda tutorial. Maybe. We don't have any plans for any tutorials, like long form tutorials, anytime soon, but maybe. Mega Man's always a cool example because the camera switches between each different like static scene, so it doesn't follow you constantly. It just goes from one section to the next, and it's a cool setup where everything's kind of static but not. Mega Man clone as my first project. Anyone got any advice? Mega Man clone first project. There's an example game, if you look it up, for transitioning cameras or room-based cameras or something like that, where the camera moves position to different rooms as you walk into each segment. And for Mega Man, that's kind of like a staple. So check that out. Google room-based camera or Mega Man style camera. There's a game example though. If you Google it, Google that plus GDevelop, and you should find the example. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Really helpful for 3D beginners like me. You are welcome. We're going to end here, I think. That'll be the end of the stream, so I'm going to log out now. But be sure to check out the discount code along the bottom of the banner there. Yearly subscriptions, we get 20% off on top of the other discount code that you get, or the discount you get for it being a yearly subscription instead of a monthly one. But while you're doing that, right, the game will come out later on as a downloadable link. We'll share it in the description here in the video and pin it in the comments. So you can check that out later if you want to and tweak this game and build off of it or do whatever you want. But for now, bye.